I was no longer angry with her for what I'd gone through in my life with her.
Cody's capable of emotions? I think, well, obviously we know that.
That's the reason I'm pissed off. Sacrifices that I made to love you, wasted! You lied. No. Tell the whole world. Tell the world. And then go hang out with your buddy Christine.
The literal delusion that this man has is like, I am in awe. I am in awe. I'm done. I'm done. Shut up.
And I was like, I don't want to be a quitter. And she's going, well, you're a coward. Well, no. I'm not a...
No. Hey, no. No.
Nothing scares me but poverty. Nothing.
But as I'm watching all of this transpire, it feels like you're holding on. Why did it take you so long to sort of accept that this is over?
Because I didn't feel like it had to be over. I mean, like, listen, we're not talking about the destruction of her and my intimate relationship. We're talking about the destruction of this whole family bond.
It's him having to admit that there was a problem because they're finally leaving. He likes to just pretend, in a lot of polygamous men like to pretend that there is no problem, and just because they ignore the problem, then there is no problem. And then the wife leaves, and it's all the wife's fault. And to them, there's nothing to address within themselves. There's no issue.
When all the sister wives sit down and you start having this conversation about divorce, did you know at that point that there was a huge separation that was going to take place? But this was like a really big moment for all of you. And you looked shocked and very, very upset.
I have these hopes and these dreams, and they're not always realistic. But I still had this hope that they were still going to work it through. And so I was living in that hope.
I think that Robin somehow benefits by the wives being married to Cody. And that's why she wants them there. Because it's also like Robin never really had a relationship with Christine, but she's upset that Christine's leaving. So I think I saw some of your guys' comments saying that Robin benefited financially. And maybe that's what it is. But Robin really, really is upset by these women leaving. And I kept thinking, before you guys told me the financial thing, I kept thinking it was a ego thing. Like maybe it makes her look bad that her husband's getting divorced so many times. Maybe it's that the church, if she's still big into the church, that her standing falls lower with being in a divorced polygamous family. But you guys did comment a lot that she gets less money now that there's less wives in there. And so, because I keep saying, like, I don't even know Robin, but by the way that she's been acting, by making it about herself that these women are leaving, and like poor Robin, even though it's like, why aren't you thinking of them? You're too focused on like how it's affecting you, and like you're the victim here. So you must be losing something in your brain. And to the point where you think that you matter more than Christine and Janelle's freedom. Like their freedom doesn't make you happy. It makes you upset. There's an issue there that you need to work through.
I know that they're going to be frustrated and mad and hurt and feel betrayed. And what does that mean to be a sister wife then? Am I still a sister wife? And the answer is no. How close I am with Janelle is going to stay like that. How not very close I am with Robin and Mary is going to stay like that too.
I feel strongly this is the best choice for me.
Each one of us made a commitment to each other, that we would love each other, that we would respect each other, that we would...
Why are you rolling your eyes? Are you like, is you mad that everyone made that commitment and it didn't happen? Well, everybody had issues in the... Why are you rolling your eyes? I'm getting mad.
I'm going to be the head of my household again. If everybody's willing to conform to patriarchy again, I guess, and not having the family that I had thought about and designed.
So basically not being the cult leader that you wanted to be of your own family, the god of your own family. You guys need to all get in line so that I can have my power. And so if you can conform, then we can be a happy family. Like, okay, you'll be the happy person, no one else.
Yeah, I didn't know I'd signed up for patriarchy, but that's not what we all agreed on in the very beginning. But
Ironically, Janelle did sign up for patriarchy. When her and I made an agreement that she would come into the family, she agreed wholeheartedly that she would run her will into mine because I had to be the head of the family. And she made that agreement with me.
That whole clip of Cody trying to explain how patriarchy is this thing that they all say, that whole clip is all that anyone should see of Cody Brown to get his true character. That clip right there. Whenever anyone's like, polygamy seems fine, the women in polygamy, the men, this seems like a loving, just watch that clip of that polygamous man Cody saying why you need to conform to patriarchy as a woman to be married to me. Why anyone is attracted to someone like that is beyond me. There's the only reason they married him is because I bet you the ticket to heaven was dangled in front of him. Because otherwise, once that ticket's out of the picture, you're like, whoa, what the fuck is it? What the fuck did I just do? No one would do it if they weren't being dangled some type of prize. And even with the dangled salvation and eternal life, these women are leaving him and they're like, I'll go to hell, I don't care.
So is Christine still your sister wife?
In my head, she is. I've been told, she told me she doesn't want a relationship with me. When she said she was leaving, she took away a really big dream from me. I always imagined us, when we were older, sitting there with our grandkids and just getting that sisterhood that we saw some of these older women in our church have.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like Christine robbed you of that?
Yes, she took it away. She took that away.
Again, making it about herself. She's the victim. Robin, if you had any empathy for your sister wives, this is why Christine was never your friend. It's because you don't even have empathy for her. You're not happy for her living her life and being happy and free. Like, I can tell, and I don't even know Christine, but I can tell how much happier she is. She looks so much happier than before. If you really were her friend and wanted to be her friend and wanted to see her happy and successful, you would be cheering her on like Janelle is. And this is why you guys were never friends, because your intentions were always about you.
And then the kind of...
I'm going to ask one thing if you could say to Christine right now. What would you say to her at this moment?
Wow. I wish that she would have let me in, because we could have had a lot of fun together. I could tell Robin was heartbroken.
Yeah, she was.
She'd been pushing for Cody and I to have a good relationship.
But you're not having a relationship with your other sister wives, right?
I haven't for a long time. I haven't for years had a good relationship really with Mary or Robin. Not really. Not bad. Like, Mary and I aren't good or anything, but Robin and I aren't bad. I didn't think so. I thought that Robin and I were okay. Mm-hmm. Not that we were like bosom sisters or super close or anything like that.
She actually...
What's a bosom sister?
She actually said the one thing that she wished you knew was that she wanted you to let her in.
I thought that I did.
Do you feel like Christine left you, or did she leave Cody and the situation? Or did she abandon the whole family?
At the time that she first was telling us, that's really how I felt. I felt very betrayed by her, and that she was leaving me too, because she has always said, I didn't just want the man, I want the sister wives, And I know what kind of relationship she and I have had in the past. It's been fun. It's not been super, super deep, but it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, and I miss that. I've missed that for a lot of years with her.
This is just my opinion, but in the order and the cult I grew up in, I saw a lot of sister wives that just like got along with each other. They weren't like tight, because it is hard to be really tight with someone who's also sleeping with the man that you're in love with. That's hard to do. And so the families that I saw where the women were really tight was when they were tighter than they were with the man. It's like they didn't care as much about the man, they cared more about each other. And I think that's why Janelle and Christine were so close, is because they were talking like, Cody's not that great. And so they were bonded by it. But like Mary and Robin were still like so hung up on Cody that they couldn't get past that to be able to realize that the girls are actually greater than Cody. That was the lesson all along, was that you didn't even need Cody. You just needed the girls. That's just my assumption. That's why I think that Mary and Robin weren't even close either. And it's because they were so focused on Cody. Christine and Janelle were not focused on Cody, and that's how they were able to become so close. Because that's the role that the man plays, is to just fuck up your life. So the minute you can stop focusing on him and focusing on yourself and focusing on what's going on over here, because he wants you to focus on him and put all your energy into him, and then you have nothing left.
So there was a lot of hurt between the two of you where you both went to each other's corners and never came back.
Right.
Why?
I don't know exactly what the deal is.
You know what you did.
Does anyone know what she means? Sorry, I'm editing right now and I just realized. What does she mean when she says, you know what you did? What did Mary do? I want the tea. Someone please tell me.
Well, I mean, I have not always been the perfect person or the perfect wife or the perfect sister wife. It just kind of comes down to, like, we're just not safe with each other. And I don't think there was one thing. Like, it was over time.
Safe with each other because you don't trust each other?
Probably.
Or, for Mary, to be fair, she feels betrayed by you. She's using these really strong words. Why do you think she thinks that way?
Because I ended the friendship. I ended the relationship. I did. I ended it. It wasn't safe for me anymore. And I ended it. And I just told her straight up, no, we're not going to be friends because I don't trust you. And I'm more.
So when
Good for her. You know, I have a lot of respect for people that will point it out and just say nope, instead of people that beat around the bush or are passive aggressive about it. Just say it like it is, and then no one has to like be fake anymore. You know what I mean? I just have more respect for someone who stabs me in the front instead of stabbing me in the back. You know what I mean? Someone who's not going to pretend to be my friend. Like, I don't care for you, and I'm not going to pretend to care for you. You have more respect for that person than someone who's over here talking shit about you and then pretending to be on your team. You know what I mean? I think Christine's just being real, and she's finally like being honest with herself, and she's in her truest form. Like, she's honest with herself, she's honest with everyone around her, and it's making her happy. Good for her.
Her treatment of me wasn't nice. She wouldn't be nice to me. She was just putting me down a lot in public situations, like especially if like her family was there. She would just put me down too. And you can put me down as much as you want. You can't, as much as you want after a while. But then when I hit my wall, I'm done.
And you didn't feel like she was something that you wanted to fight for?
No.
See, the difference is Christine did admit, nope, I didn't want a friendship, and I told her, She admitted the things she did, and then she's admitting the things that Mary did. What Mary and Robin like to do is they don't like to talk about what they did. They like to talk about what everyone else did. That's what they have in common with Cody, too. So focused on what everyone else is doing, not focused on holding themselves accountable.
Sure, she would be nice for a while, but then she would just come out again. And I just never knew who to expect. And it was just too stressful.
Yeah. At that moment, were you sure as Christine was, in saying that she is getting a divorce and this is how it's going to be?
No, I wasn't as sure, but I should have been. Because Christine was moving on. She starts this, she's smiling. Hey, I'm leaving. That's because she's looking forward to a future.
And you were at that moment.
And I'm at that moment going, I screwed this up. I should have been more patriarchal. Now, this is a dumb idea, I realize.
I should have controlled you more. That's how Cody's brain thinks. I shouldn't have given you any freedom. It's like a king who owns servants. Like, I shouldn't have given you any freedom. I shouldn't have let you think for yourself. Like, God.
I'm sitting there going, wait a second, ladies. She wouldn't be leaving, and we wouldn't have had all these problems during COVID if I would have just been the head of my family. And yes, they all made the commitment to run their will to mine.
Explain what that means, run your will.
Yeah, let's listen to how dumb Cody sounds. Thank you for asking so that he can make himself look stupid.
That's a canned request. Christine has to be in the family. Janelle has to be in the family. And basically I said, if you want to be in the family, then you have to understand, I need you to run your will to mine. Are you okay with that? Because I'm going to be the head of the family. I've got 2 wives. I have to take care of. I have a very big picture. Will you understand that? Will you help me with it? And they're like, yeah, pick me. I mean, literally. And I'm like, okay, they're compliant. We can make this family situation work. In the end, it wasn't ever like that.
Okay, you didn't explain what it means to run your will into mine still. You're just any excuse to make the women look dumb and not even explain yourself. Okay.
When I married Cody, I totally looked at him as head of our family.
Do you still?
Yeah. I absolutely do.
So in a way, you do subscribe to patriarchy.
Yeah. But I'm a strong, independent woman and I can do whatever I want. Like, are you gonna, support me in that as well?
But do those two fit in the same puzzle?
Maybe it's looking like they're not.
I think because he's been making some noise, like even last year, he's like, look, plural marriage is standing in the way of my personal progress. He said that to us one time. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want to do that anymore. Maybe he wants it to be simpler. Maybe he wants it to be easier.
Is it too much for him?
I don't know, but it's weird because he's changed his
I feel like Cody's like this toddler that just did all of these things, and then now he's like 30 years into this lifestyle, and he's like, I think I may have made a mistake. But now he's got all these people involved in his patriarchy or whatever he had in his brain, and it's like, what have I done? But it's like he's too deep in it. He's not going to hold himself accountable. He's not going to say that he had a problem or he fucked up. He's just going to be like, well, you guys just didn't listen to me, so that's why it's failing, because you guys aren't doing what I say. Because I never fail.
See, that's not how we initially set it up.
So how did you?
We were going to work together as a team to raise this family. That was really our main goal. There wasn't conversations like this, like, well, I'll be in charge. And now just the last few years, it has felt like he wanted his life to look more like that.
The relationship that he has with Robin.
Well, I mean, from what I see from the outside, it looks like Robin is willing to live that way. And that's great. If that works for them, that's wonderful.
Does that feel like really unfair?
It feels like it would be nice if I had a husband who would see my perspective as much as he seems to see Robin's.
Yeah, that's the sad thing it's like it's obvious that Cody doesn't care as much. And so and Janelle does deserve a husband who understands her the way that she tries to understand them. And I think that it's just been very obvious that Cody's on Cody's team, not anyone else's. And Janelle deserves to have someone who wants to be on her team with her.
I don't know where Cody's at spiritually. We haven't talked about it for a long time.
But isn't faith one of the cornerstones to the plural marriage?
Well, yeah, in theory. So I think a relationship is all kinds of things: commitment, spirituality, compatibility.
But the word divorce, it seems like there's a really big gray area around the word divorce.
Well, for us, because there's no legal marriage.
Okay. Look at this.
That's the nice thing about being a plural wife is you can technically just walk away. And even in the order, it's even better because I have a fake dad on my birth certificate. So if my dad wanted to, let's say my mom walked away when I was 5 and my dad wanted to claim the rights to me, he couldn't because he made my mom put a fake name as the father on my birth certificate. So my mom could have just, and my dad could do nothing. It's hard to get child support though, that's the problem. And that's probably why all these men in the order don't want their name on the kids' birth certificate because they don't want to pay child support. Anyway, that's the story for another day.
We have a spiritual marriage. How do you break up? How do you have a spiritual divorce?
Usually, our church would say you're divorced. You have to go ask for a divorce.
Yeah.
You have to get,
Can someone tell me if they're even in the church anymore though?
technically, from my understanding, until Christine is physical with another man, she's not divorced.
Oh, and Christine just has no say in that. She just has to be the property of Cody until she's the property of another man. Shut up.
Well, the closure that she's saying that she gets is that she just decides and he just kind of goes along with it. I don't know. Cody and I are in this situation. We're not legally married. I want to work on the relationship, but Cody has basically said that he doesn't. Does that mean we're just not married anymore?
I don't really consider myself married to Mary. If she wanted to move on and marry another, she wouldn't get an argument with me.
Why does Cody fight for Christine and not Mary?
You don't have a legal contract, so you don't go to the judge, but you're going to go to religious authorities and say, look, we really want to separate. But Christine no longer believes in that.
But Cody does still.
Yeah, and so, but a contract is between two people.
I want to talk about you actually saying that she has to sleep with somebody else to technically,
Yes, that technically breaks it.
because then that's adultery.
Yes. Yes.
So she has to commit adultery, which is of the 10 commandments, that thou shalt not commit adultery. So she has to be shamed. That's basically what Robin's saying, is like she has to do something shameful to get out of it. And then she's like a little harlot that we all point our fingers at. Because in the 10 commandments, thou shalt not commit adultery, which is insane because these men are all living adultery in God's name. So twisted.
Person opt out of the relationship because it's a spiritual covenant. It's not
According to our beliefs, no.
Well, your beliefs are kind of silly and contradictory. So maybe you should think about that.
Marriages with our beliefs in our heads and in our hearts. So to break them, it has to be the same system. But that's me.
My understanding is that this goes into the afterlife, right?
Yes.
You guys are all bound to each other
Yes.
for eternity.
That's the belief, yeah. That's our beliefs.
So even though Christine wants to escape Cody on earth, in heaven they're going to still be together?
Oh, that sounds like hell. Eternal hell for Christine. She fights so hard to get away from Cody in this life, and then she dies and she sees Cody in the afterlife. She's like,
Her plan is to go find her soulmate.
Yeah.
So that would break that bond.
Okay, so if she is with another man and has sex with another man, then all ties to Cody.
well, what if she just holds hands with another man? Then is she just a little bit divorced? What if she just kisses another man? What if they only do oral?
That's my understanding. That's my understanding, yes. According to our beliefs, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Robin's saying that if she sleeps with another man, that's when the covenant is broken. Is that when it's broken?
See, and that would be according to the religious dogma, but does it really apply to Christine if she doesn't believe? I don't know. I don't know, because I still have such a testimony of plural marriage, but I see Christine's perspective, and you can't make somebody abide by rules that they no longer believe in.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that you have to have a testimony of polygamy because when you have kids, I don't know, sometimes I feel like I've talked to a bunch of polygamous wives and I've asked them why do you have to live polygamy to get to the celestial kingdom? Why is that? And they always come up with these answers that don't make sense, oh well, we're supposed to learn certain things in this life to be able to take it into the next life. And I'll have another question well, what is the man learning? The woman's learning not to be jealous, what's the man learning? And how come it's unfair? It doesn't make sense. And then the women always say well, I have a testimony. I think that it's one, obviously brainwashing, and two, I think once you get so deep into the polygamy and having kids, into this lifestyle, it's really hard to dissect it and be what is my testimony? You know?
But she doesn't believe in the faith. So she could basically sleep with whoever she wants.
Yeah, she can have whatever kind of relationship she wants to.
And if she has sex with another man, are you going to sit there and give her an applause?
No, I'm gonna be do you?
Are you happy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Are you happy? Did you find somebody who can finally give you what you need?
And that's a true friend. See, take notes, Robin and Mary.
I don't really consider myself married to Mary. If she wanted to move on and marry another, she wouldn't get an argument with me.
How does that make you feel when you hear Cody say that he doesn't consider himself married to you, and that if you were able to find somebody else, that he'd be okay with it? How does that make you feel?
It just doesn't make sense to me that he would be so frustrated with Christine and be she just made this decision. Mm-hmm. We didn't consult, we didn't talk, she just made the decision. And then he says, no, I don't consider myself married to Mary. He just made the decision.
I think, and this is just because I remember when the whole catfish fiasco happened, I think that Cody's ego was shot seeing... Cody was upset seeing that Mary could like someone else, maybe. And Christine hasn't been... I don't know. It's an ego thing. You're tainted now by someone else, or your loyalty, da-da-da-da. It's so crazy seeing the women do the same thing that he's doing. He has multiple women. He doesn't want to see the women ever look anywhere else for another man, even though he's probably constantly looking for another wife because he's a little freak. He's a little noodle-headed freak. I think that's what it is. Seeing Mary mirror even just a little bit what Cody did turned him off. He's turned off by his own actions.
As opposed to this last anniversary, he's like, I don't even know why you called me Mary. He's like, we're not married. We're not acting as married. And I said to him then, if that's where we are, don't you think that we should address that publicly? And he said, no, I don't want to address it.
No, I don't want accountability. No, I don't want to talk about it. No, I just don't want to, I don't want anyone to know. Just us.
I don't want to address it. I don't want that to be out there publicly because I don't want that judgment.
Ah, fear of judgment. I'm not afraid of anything, okay? I'm not afraid of anything. Fear of judgment. Womp womp. I'm only afraid of poverty.
Are you still married to Cody, or do you get to decide?
Well, he's already made the decision. You just saw him say that.
Would you guys ever think about reconciliation? Would you ever think about reconciliation?
I would. I definitely would. But I don't think...
Mary, you are hanging on too long for some... Like, Mary... Don't be a pick-me-sha. Don't be a pick-me girl, okay? You are hanging on too long and trying to prove your value to someone who does not give a shit. Stop it.
Did you know there was a moment in the past that he actually spoke to me about where he thought about reconciling? And do you know the moment I'm talking about?
I have no idea.
Rice Krispie treats that she makes. She put a bag full of them, one for every year of her marriage. She included even her bad years, the ones where I'm basically like, we're not really married, I don't think here. The expression was sweet, and the mood that I was in was the right mood to try and think about reconciliation.
Guess how many's in there?
18?
You're such a dork.
Why? How many are in there? Oh, our years of marriage.
So now, do you know how many would be in there?
Nope. How many years have we been married?
Are you serious?
This is embarrassing. That's how much he cares about it, is he doesn't even know how many years he's been married to. He probably doesn't even know how many kids he has. He probably forgets their names, their birthdays. He's just thinking about Cody. Cody's thinking about Cody. Can't blame Cody for thinking about Cody. What did you think was going to happen when you married a man who believes in patriarchy and being the man of the house and the head of the house? Running your will into mine. Reminds me of my dad. He would always forget how old each of us were. He'd always forget our birthdays, and we would just sit there and be like, I love you, Dad. We knew his birthday. We knew his favorite color. We knew how old he was. We knew what he wanted for his birthday. Not the same in return.
31 years?
30.
It feels longer, Mary. You're a pain in the ass.
I was no longer angry with her for what I'd gone through in my life with her. I was willing to see the error of my ways.
Well,
And so my other three best friends, I expressed that to. Baby.
it's okay.
Oh my God.
Like,
If Cody ever touched me like that, like if Cody ever, just imagine that. I'd try to scare him away with poverty. I'd show him an empty wallet.
There was a moment there where he was so open to reconciling with you because he felt that that was the moment that he could put the past away and be with you.
That's interesting that he felt like that because that is also the same day that he was like, no, you're supposed to have been courting me. I said, Cody, I've been waiting for you. He's like, I'm not coming. I've been waiting for you, honestly.
and I'm not coming.
I know that. It makes me feel good that he was considering it, but it didn't last through the evening, I guess.
Well,
I would be open to it.
Ugh, I cannot wait for Mary to just realize that she's wasting her time. Stop trying so hard.
next time on Sister Wives One-on-One.
She was at my house and she was falling apart, and I feel so bad. I don't want to talk bad about her. That's really absolutely frustrating and offensive right now. There's no way I would not support him and Mary having a great relationship, and I would never do that.
Breaking up a marriage when you're not in love, I get it. But to assuage her guilt, she has blamed me for everything.
How is Cody always describing himself when he's trying to describe other people? He's literally, everything he hates about everyone else is exactly what he does. It's like, it's insane. Okay, we're going to watch the next one. Let me know any non-alcoholic beverages that you guys would like to watch me try and tell you the honest review.
I feel angry. I'm angry at them all.
Do you believe that Robin is the favorite wife?
I think she has a lot of influence.
I was so mad at her at that time that I was like, you walk away and this is over.
Is it love?
At this point, no, it's not.
So are you separated?
Yes, we're separated.
Do you want to work on it?
I won't go to a place where I'm not respected because love doesn't matter to me. Respect matters to me.
Well, you heard it here first. Cody Brown doesn't care about love. He wants respect. I think what it really is he doesn't care about love. He cares about control. He cares about how much you can do for him. Just like how he says, I'm attracted to you by your actions. I'm attracted to you by basically how you can benefit me. So I'll love you. I love you for what you can do for me. And that's the kind of love that he knows. I don't think he knows like that unconditional love for his children. Everything's about respect, right? And it's all just an ego thing because he's a narcissist at the end of the day. He values the energy that he can get and the control that he can get. I don't think he really knows what love is at the end of the day. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Sorry it took me 3 takes to get through it, but we did it and we did it sober. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week for Cold a Cup of Coffee on Sundays. Bye. How did I get here?